Are you planning to move to the big city like New York, LA, San Francisco, Seattle, Atlanta, but also concerned about the price and feel somewhat pressure about it? Well, I am here today to share with you one of the options that I chose before for the housings. It's called pod living. It's affordable, it's fun, and also I can make a lot of friends. And at the same time, I don't need to buy a lot of stuff when I move to the pod. So today I'm going to share with you what is the pod about and why people choose about it, and also some questions and list out everything for you. At the end, I will show you the tour for the pod I used to live in Los Angeles. Before we jump into all kind of stuff, I would like to share a little bit about my personal story. So after graduations in 2019, I moved from Dallas to Orange County or Southern California. During the time, I didn't know a lot of people in California, and I have zero friends, zero car. I didn't have a car back then. So living in Orange County was really hard for me to move around. Also, I didn't go to school here, so I didn't have any friends at all. So after 4 months living in Orange County, I feel so lonely and isolated. So that's the reason why I decided to move to LA. But I know that the price there is just super high. So I went up online and actually Google and everything actually pops up. A pod living. It's called Eddie Living. And from here, I request for the tour and I moved there. The decisions I make to live there, it just was phenomenal because it was really affordable and I can make a lot of friends at the same time, enjoy different community events that they created for the members. And also, it's right in the center of the city, so I don't need to have a car. But a lot of people still have a car to go to work and certain things like that. But I feel really enjoy it, and that's the reason why I would share back to you this option so you can make decisions to maybe think about it. So pod living, what is this and why is booming so much? Rent has gotten really expensive, especially in the big cities, and a few affordable options in many majors in the US cities. And some renter just like me who looking for affordable price so I can save some money. And I actually found alternative housing options, which is the pod living. And the pod living, an approach to affordable housing that have been gathering a lot of interest across the country, at least among those who don't mind sharing their bedroom with a dozen or more people in one house. What is pod living? So pod shares are co-living spaces where individuals rent a bed, usually a bunk bed, in a share room with access to other community spaces like a bathroom, kitchens, working space, and so on, so the gym. Depends on the locations. Think of pod living like a glorified hostel, optimally situated within high-priced city to offer renters not just more affordable rents, but the opportunity to enjoy a unique communal environment. To understand the appeal of pod living is help to start with the price. NSF, which is San Francisco, would boast the priciest rental market in the nation. The average cost for a one-bedroom apartment right now is lofty around $3,360 a month. And that is after his historic 3-year decline. Now, compared to the price of the bots rental with PodShare, a Southern California startup that launched in Los Angeles 2012, where a renter can live in SF for just $1,200 a month. In addition to a prime location, the 4-story house in SF comes complete with a sun deck, free laundry, free house cleaning, and a gate entryway, and a big screen TV for each bed among those perks. For people who are willing to satisfy a bit of their privacy, pod living offers a unique and affordable way to rent in pricey cities without an exorbitant price tag. But it's not the only thing that many pod renters are after. So what is the benefits of this? Affordable rents are a big draw to pod share spaces. Aside from that though, there are other benefits helping to increase interest in pod living. For starter, pod rental offer don't require moving fees or deposit security. Some of them does though, and utility costs, Wi-Fi are included. All of those costs can be prohibitive when it's come to affording housing in urban area. Utility costs alone tend to cost renter extra $1,200 to $1,800 a year, and that's even before you get furnished the space. Plus, share doesn't require proof of income either. Another barrier that can stand the way of security a rental. There's also appeal of co-living itself. In Hollywood, pod living space called Eddie, where the prices bet can be from $795 to $945 a month. Renter told Los Angeles Times that they like the opportunity to live among like-minded individuals, sharing ideas, space, and their company. Other notable perks for Eddie residents include free high-speed internet and cable, free use of computers in the shared workspace, free fitness space classes, and on-site activities. While it hasn't quite gone mainstream yet, many renters feel they have outgrown dorm-style living by the time they're ready to live on their own. Pod livings provide a real opportunity for those whose lifestyle match with their premises. And it's mean getting to live in a city that would otherwise be cost prohibitive. Some of the trade-offs start to seem a bit easier to overlook. So who is renting in pod shares? The core demographic for pod living tend to be single people in their 20s to 30s. Generally, these renters are working but are either early on their careers or pursuing careers where it's difficult to make a sustainable living, and also there's a lot of students that are still in school. In Hollywood Eddies, for example, many of the renters are pursuing a career in art, such as acting and film making, and also myself, who just moved from a different state to be here still fighting a job. If all of this sounds familiar, it's probably because co-living itself is nothing new. Commutes and co-ops have been popular among success and older generation for decades, and for a similar reason, affordable and community. Still today, pod living upstart are pretty skewed toward millennials who are eager to live and work in the major cities, but don't always have the fun to do so. For this generation, pod living presents a good alternative to the other training options, particularly moving back with your parents. City offering pod living. Pod living tend to be a center in the city, and especially for those with lofty rental markets. They don't always look the same from city to city though. The rents of that share highlight over are common in California cities such as San Francisco, Los Angeles, and Santa Monica. While in Chicago, where the average rent price isn't quite as obscene, pod living tend to be centered around private studio within larger shared suites. Plus, the free laundry, house cleaning, and utilities make all pod share an attractive deal. In New York City, the pod living trend has tended to skew towards micro apartments, which offer a private space in a desirable location for those who can fit all of their things into about 250 square feet or less. While there's no sharing per se, the micro apartments are in line with a general knowledge that many young people space is less of an issue than location. As interest is growing, expect to see pod living popping up many more cities. Living a pod share community run by major real estate developer. Property market groups has planned to open up pod living house in Houston, Denver, Oakland in 2021 and 2022. Is this a pod rental is right for you? So it actually really depends what your lifestyle and your budgets and so much more. There are definitely both benefits and big drawback to the pod life, and it's certainly not for everybody. But if you like the idea of affordable rents and in a non-affordable city, plus a lot of free picks, free events, also sometimes free food, and you don't mind giving up your privacy to get it, then pod living might be good for you. Many pod share rent their beds by night in addition to renting them by the month. So if you are considered pod living but ain't sure if you want to take the leave, consider doing a trial run and see how you like it. You will get to test drive both the experience and the community. And you will also be able to talk with people who already are in and ask them if they are recommended. Renting an apartment with 2 bedrooms just for yourself or a bunk bed in a shared bedroom is never a decision you should rush. Take your time and do your research to figure out if a pod living is a good choice for you. And if it's easy, rent it easy knowing that there are some good options out there and more to come. So I moved to LA, especially Eddie living, at the beginning of 2020 where COVID haven't happened yet. So I had 2 months to enjoy actually the community, and also there's so many activities like yoga, music, truck tacos, and also outdoor activities, go to the museum and stuff like that from Eddie living. And personally at the beginning, I actually never lived with a lot of people like that. Especially that setting is a little bit new to me, and we also share refrigerator, kitchens, and sometimes bathroom. So at the beginning it was really challenging for me because I need to arrange my personal time in order to get up early to make sure I'm not fight for the restroom. That's what I mean. So I can get ready to go to work early. At the same time, I feel like after a couple months living there, I feel a little bit more pressure when a lot of people move in because I couldn't see my privacy was there, and it starts just building up or adding up more people, and that's the reason why I decided to live the facility. But in general, I really enjoy the friends that I make there. They're all my good friends right now until today, and also there's so many experience I learned throughout the time and good conversation there. And to be honest, during COVID in 2020, a lot of gym closed, but Eddie still remained open because it's just only belong to the member. So that's the reason why I still keep my fitness life active and still maintain my good health in order to work. And that's the benefits that I can see from living that Eddie. And in general, actually this year I'm going back to Eddie with a private room because right now they upgrade their ideas and change, added on a private room. It can be costly a little bit, but that's the price you pay for your privacy, and only around 5 to 6 people live in the whole building, and I think that's really a good alternative option that I'm willing to pay a little bit extra. And if you don't know, I can share with you the price as well, and I will have that video ready for you soon in the future. So if you refer the private room with the bedroom inside, it can cost around $1,600, and if you refer the bedroom outside, it will be $100 cheaper. And also remember they have a dorm option that you have 2 people live in one room. If you have good friends and someone you're really close that you want to save money, that can cost from $900 to $1,000 with that options. So compared to the pod, for this options only $100 or $200 extra, but you have more privacy and also less people living in the same building. So I think if you would like to have a little bit more privacy, then this is also a good option. Okay, so right now I am going to show you a tour from the pod where I used to live, and you're about to see it now. Oh my gosh, I in LA and at the pod I used to live in the exact same room, same locations. So I'm gonna show you around my room since I did not do that before, and let's have a look. Okay, so let me walk you go for a tour And this is the balcony in the back. How beautiful it is. So this is the area that people gather together for barbecue or something fun at the weekend if they have something going on for any events. And also the next one would be for the guy, and this one is for the girl. So this is the rooms that have 4 pots, and we used to have 3 roommates here when I just moved in, but right now we have only 1 left, and sent him here for the birthday. So she let me stay here for the night, but this is how it look. Usually, so this is I don't want to show you, it's messy, but you have mirror, you have the closets for you to put your personal stuff to be safe. You want to have a charger too, and super convenience, and also the little fans and that right there, so you can hang your stuff. Here you have 4 closets. You can choose based on the number, based on your beds. It will attack with that, and this is how big it is. For this big, you actually need to pay extra $50 for it. Be mine, G2, but that's pretty much for it. I used to live here, and I moved all the furniture, especially I love the mirrors here. That's why I move it out here, and when you walk out the door, you actually can see yourself, look right and shine, and leave. So I love the facilities, and it's really big. And total, they have 4 buildings in the facilities. In the front is for yoga sections if you want to do it in the morning. And this is how it looks. So let me show you the front of the building. So every single time we walk in the door, we need the coats for that, to be safe and protect the tenants who they live here. So they have that for every door. Let's walk you inside. So this is one of the area that people gathering together. Alright, let's go upstairs. So looks really pretty, especially if you enjoy outdoorsy. This is the location I used to stay for studying, breakfast, and some coffee. You can also hear some birds chirping. So if you see a lot of palm trees, you can tell it's from SoCal, because I barely see it in NorCal because it's way too cold. So there's a lot of trees and lands out here too, so the atmosphere is super beautiful and peaceful. Continue the tour. So this is the kitchen area, and you can see there are 2 refrigerators, so people can put all their stuff together, and we share the kitchen here, and we sit together to eat. Also, we have 2 people live here who work at Starbucks and Nespresso. So you can see it's just like a mini coffee sections that you heard earlier. This is so cute with everything from Starbucks, like this, and some cookies, and you can see it's also in the Nespressos and the espresso machines here as well for coffee. So they have basically everything. Super cool. Let's check how big it is. So yeah. And this is the living room. A little messy since we don't have anyone to clean up yet. So total they have around 4 rooms. So it will be maximum around 20 people in the building. Okay, that's pretty much for the house. And they have total 3 restrooms, so we can share the restrooms. If you have any questions, just contact Eddie. The price range from $7.95 to $8.15 for a pot, and I think you will have a good time here. Thank you for watching.